What's up, everyone?
Welcome back to another video.
I'm Chris.
Jasmine, Sweet Simple Vegan.
That's us.
And we are coming at you with a vegan date night tonight.
Round 2.
You guys are gonna go on a hot date with us tonight. I don't know if you recognize this setting. We did something very similar at my parents' house. I think it was like a year ago now, was it? Oh no, it was Valentine's Day. So we decided we would do like the same sort of thing. We sat in front of the fireplace, we sat at the coffee table, so here we are.
Super cute. We're coming at you with some awesome recipes today. We have some squash pilaf, zucchini pilaf more specifically. We have some Portobello Steaks.
Chris killed this one, oh my god. It was the first time I had tried it, like from him at least, and it's so freaking good. I'm so excited to eat this.
Stoked on it. Fresh thyme, a little bit of vegan Worcestershire. Delish.
Got some grilled asparagus here. We just used the same marinade as the mushrooms. And then, the star of the show, I don't know if this is a star actually, but one of the stars of the show, got a pumpkin chai cheesecake, everybody. Tri-spice pumpkin cheesecake. I'm not sure what we're gonna call it, but it'll be linked down below. All the recipes will be linked down below. As usual, funny thing, we had 2 plates of this actually before we filmed and we ate one. So that's why there's only one here.
Behind the scenes, the more you know.
So without further ado,
let's have a date. Let's go on a date together.
Excuse me? Starting off with our fall vegetable rice pilaf in a medium pot over medium heat. We're going to add in some onions and garlic along with a little bit of vegetable broth. We're using vegetable broth here to saute with because we wanted to make this recipe oil-free, but you can use oil as well. It is your choice. So cook it down until everything is fragrant and the onions are translucent. And to that, we're going to be adding in some shredded carrots. You can also do shredded sweet potato as well, along with brown rice and additional vegetable broth. Then next up, we're going to add in our herbs. So you can use just one herb or all 3 like we did. It is your choice. We added some dried thyme, sage, and rosemary. Mix everything together until it is nice and uniform, and then you're going to bring this mixture to a boil. Once it is boiling, we're going to lower it to a simmer and pop the lid on and let it cook for about 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes is up, we're going to add in our zucchini. And again, just mix that through until it is nice and combined. And then we're going to pop the lid on for another 5 minutes or so, just until the rice is fully cooked, the liquid is gone, and the zucchini is steamed through. We popped it open halfway through just to give it another quick mix. And then we're going to pop the lid back on, allow it to continue cooking, and once it has finished cooking and the zucchini is steamed through, we're going to add in some lemon juice, and then you can also season this with salt and pepper to taste. Set that aside and move on to prepare your mushroom steaks.
It's time to whip up our portobello mushroom steaks. So in a large baking dish, we'll add in some balsamic vinegar, along with some tamari if you want it gluten-free, otherwise soy sauce, some olive oil, some vegan Worcestershire sauce. We use Edward & Sons for this, but there are a few other brands. And then a little bit of liquid smoke. We have a spice blend here of black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And then we're going to use a sprig of fresh thyme, just crumble it up in there. And then we'll just whisk it all together to make sure everything is fully combined. We'll place our portobello mushroom steaks down, and then we're going to use a brush to fully coat them. We can also use a spoon. That sometimes proves to be a little bit easier, but just pour the mixture all over the mushrooms, and then we'll allow them to marinate for just a few minutes on each side. After a few minutes has passed, we'll take them out of the marinade, and then we'll fire up our grill, or a grill pan in this case, since it's getting a little bit cold outside. So we have a cast iron grill pan here. It's set to medium heat, and we'll just place the mushrooms right on top, and we'll let them cook a bit. We'll give them a nice flip. I love those grill marks. They look absolutely beautiful. So after they're flipped, we'll cook them again on the other side. And then if you want to do a crisscross pattern with the mushrooms, we'll just rotate them about 90 degrees, I'd say. And then that'll help create that cross pattern that you'll see once we flip them back over. That's what I'm talking about. So after cooking the mushrooms for about 5 minutes on each side, we'll take them off the heat, and then we're gonna cook up some asparagus. So we'll use the same marinade that we used for the mushrooms, just whatever's left over. We'll mix it around until the asparagus is fully coated, and then we'll just throw it back on that same grill. And then we'll just pour over whatever marinade we have left over. And then after cooking down for a few minutes, we can give it a flip. And then we can just let it cook again. Once the asparagus looks a bit softer, you'll know it's finished. This should take about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of your asparagus, but once it looks like this, you know it should be good to go. All that's left to do now is plate our food. We have a heaping scoop of the fall vegetable rice pilaf, our juicy portobello mushroom steaks, and then some of that asparagus we just grilled up. It's time to dig in.
All right, and now it is time for dessert. So in a food processor, we're adding in some pitted deglet noor dates. You can also use medjool dates. And we're going to process them until they are nice and crumbly. We process these first because it is easier to get the consistency that we would like with the other ingredients. So we're adding in walnuts, pumpkin seeds, then we have some salt. You can also add pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon as well. And again, we're going to process this until it is nice and crumbly. But the key here is when you squeeze the dough in between your fingers, it should stick together. We noticed that it was still a little crumbly, so we added additional dates and blended that together again. And then we did another check. It wasn't quite moist enough, so we added in a tablespoon of coconut oil, and it was perfect. So next we are going to grab a springform pan. We cut a piece of parchment paper to fit the bottom. And then additionally, we're also going to take some melted coconut oil and brush the sides. We just want to make sure that the cheesecake doesn't stick and it comes out nice and cleanly. So once we have finished oiling up the sides, we are going to transfer our crust mixture into there. And basically you just have to press it down until it is nice and firm. Try to get it as even as possible, but it's not necessary. Just try your best here. We just use our hands as well. Then we're going to pop this in the freezer as we prepare our filling. So grab a high-speed blender, and to that we're adding in some soaked cashews. We soak these in boiling water for about 20 minutes. Next up, we're adding full-fat coconut milk. Then we're going to be adding our pumpkin puree, of course, because it's a pumpkin cheesecake. We have maple syrup, or your liquid sweetener of choice, lemon juice, coconut oil, vanilla extract, and we have quite a few seasonings here. We have cardamom, cinnamon, turmeric, salt, cloves, nutmeg, and a pinch of black pepper. So all you have to do is blend this together on high until it is nice and smooth. You may need to scrape down the sides a bit depending on your blender. We blended ours for about a minute to a minute and a half to ensure that everything was broken down and nicely blended together. And all that's left to do is transfer the filling to the crust. So just grab the crust from the freezer and then pour the filling over. Use a spatula and try to get every last bit out of that blender because trust me guys, it is delicious. So spread that out as flat as you can. An offset spatula would be great here. We just don't have one. We just use a regular spatula. So spread that out and then pop that into the freezer for about 4 hours. And that's it. Just pop the springform off and you've got yourself a beautiful pumpkin chai cheesecake. So we served ours with some Cocoa Whip, which is kind of like vegan Cool Whip. It's from a brand called So Delicious. And then we top that with date syrup. You can use anything of your choice. Some pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon, and then some pumpkin seeds. Okay, are we gonna eat it or what?
Oh!
So the only thing with the portobello is I don't know if we can eat it without a knife. And I don't want to mess up Caitlin's plates. So we might have to...
We're good.
Mine's not cutting.
Use your damn muscles.
We wanted to address, I don't know what video it was. I made a comment to you. What were we saying? And someone was like, let Chris do, what is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, about me singing. When I sing, you said something.
Yeah, I was that's our humor. That's our relationship.
Yeah.
We're totally kidding with each other. Like when we call each other like you or like.
Whoa.
Sorry. Should we not have said that?
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, it's so good. It tastes like steak sauce. Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is boring. We're having a freaking mukbang right now, basically.
Delish. Love you guys, by the way.
These portobello steaks are perfect for a holiday entree, so I would totally make these for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Here comes Barry.
Hi, baby.
Or like any sort of family get-together. I think these are like really good, really impressive, and not everyone loves mushrooms, but if they love mushrooms, they're gonna love this.
For sure. You can't even really taste the mushroom. It's just got that nice, meaty,
smoky
zesty flavor.
So, I think that about ends this video.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys very soon. We post videos every Wednesday and every Friday.
Sometimes Monday when we're feeling crazy, you know the spiel.
Of course. And if you're new here, thank you. We post recipe videos, lifestyle content,
everything in between.
We have a lot of fun. So come along, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. We're having
Every time we say that, I feel so weird. Hit that bell.
All right, see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
You give me hell.